also
have you have practiced on it or not, or you have tried yourself in work queues or Excel automation.
yes, Nitin, I have one small question. Uh,
Yep.
like in the work queue, you said that we have some unique queue ID yesterday which you passed the product code. For suppose there is
Yes.
no primary key, like there is some duplicates like product code 001 001 has quantity 12, right? So that scenario, is there any option to hold two columns as a primary key, a combination of two columns?
No, it's not possible. You have to choose one only. Or if it is like that, then what you can do before inserting into queue, you can just give a number and set it as a primary key. You got my question? Sorry, got my answer?
Uh, yeah,
Uh, okay, just let me give some example, right?
yeah, Nitin.
Okay, so I'm just copying something multiple times. Okay, so now we have duplicated codes in that. So if you are working with Excel sheet, you don't have, you can column and you can add a number, the unique number. Okay. But again, if you want to, if you are working with some web browser application and you are getting input from any website, then what you can do? Okay. So in that situation, it's running very slow. Okay. Just let me do one thing. Okay. Can we do one thing that when I'll give you a web browser example, or we will do some automation on web browser, then I will answer of that question. We will consider this example in that only. Is it good?
Yes, Nitin, go ahead. Your wish.
Yeah. So I just want to show you some important things today. Okay.
Your voice is not audible. It's break.
First of all, our credential manager. Uh, is it better now? Hello.
Yeah, sometimes it is better and sometimes it's like voice is cut, break.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Just give. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay. Just let it connect. Okay. Yeah, so we just we will just discuss on this topics today. First of all, it's Credential Manager. Okay. So I have shown you before that we can create some credentials. Uh, so in our system tab here in security, we have a credential manager here, and we have created one credential for order system, as you can see. Okay, this was, and that day we were getting some access issue that you are not authorized to access the rights. Okay, so we have just missed something. As you can see here, the access rights tab. So what you need to do whenever you are creating any credential, you just need to provide access for which process you can use this credential. Okay, so I just need to select my process. Okay, so if I'll try to access this credential from any other of this process, I'll not be able to get this credential. Okay, so just suppose right now I'm just unchecking it. Okay, and I am trying to get here. So for credential again we have internal business object, that is credentials. Okay, and here I have get method. Okay, and I have to pass a credential name here. I'll just copy it. Okay, and my output will be in username and password. Okay, so when I run it, okay, sorry, I have to set as next stage. And as you can see, it's giving me, it's throwing an exception that you don't have permission to access the credential and credential name. So what I need to do, I have just select the rights for particular my process. If I want to access this credential with all my process, then I can check all processes. Otherwise, I have to select the particular. Okay, so I'm selecting this order system process. Okay, and here right now I'm trying again. Okay, okay. This you have to select for all, and resources is because this is my resource and this is my particular process. Now you can see that we got the username and credential here. This is my current value and this is the password. Okay, so all credential whatever we pass in application, we will set that credential in credential manager only. We don't give the, any variable or directly. Okay, so when you just change it, if I provide admin and pass here, it will reflect again here. As you can see. Okay, so just let me change its name to. Here, and I'm providing a platform. Okay, so here you can see another one thing that if the like in many applications they have some kind of function that it got expired in every 30 days or every 15 days, then you can just check it here that it expires in and when it will expire. So it will again throw an error that your password or credential has expired. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And now I want to show the environment. So environment variables are like our configuration variables. Suppose this is my development environment. I'm using the local path of this system. Okay, sorry. Okay, so as you can see that uh, right now I am using this order CSV from my desktop. Okay, but this path will get changed when I just move this process to my production environment or to some other system. Okay, so suppose if it is in D drive or E drive, so it will get changed. The path will get changed again and again. So what I need to do for this kind of situation, I always need to create some environment variables. Okay, so why we need to create the environment variables? Because if we are creating any variable as environment variable, we don't need to go to my process or object to change it. I can just change it from here. As you can see that I can again create environment variable for process and environment variable for objects. Okay, so right now I'm creating a environment variable and name is input file. This is a text type. You can add a description here that input file path, and here I will provide the value. Okay, so what I have to pass here. Okay, so we are using input file here and open Excel. Okay, so I have given a file name as variable, and here is my file name. Okay. What I need to do, just copy it, paste it. Okay, so I have created and click on apply. Okay. So now you can see that when I create any data item, we have exposure here. You can see it's exposure down, drop down. So we have different kind of environment variables, and this is even we can create some session variables. I will let you know when we create a demo, but how to use the session variables and for which purpose we have to use the session variable. So from here you have to select the environment, and here you can see that it will um, it should appear here. Okay. As you can see, my input file variable is showing here, and this is the value it's taking from my environment variable. Okay. And here I will provide input file. Okay. So suppose I have just copied this file at some any other place. Okay, I'm just renaming it. It will be orders new. Okay, I just want to close it. Okay. So right now my file has changed, and this file is not available. Okay. So I don't need to go in my process, and I don't need to check again. I just need to modify here and click on apply. and when the next time a process will run, it will get the new values, as you can see here. Okay, so all kind of paths that are getting changed according to environment, you need to specify there, or anything in the process that will get changed in production environment to development environment to production environment, then you have to specify from in it here. Okay. Any question in credential manager and environment variables?
Nitin, if you create any environment variables,
Yeah.
can we use in any process flow or any business objects, right?
Yes, exactly.
It means like it's a global variable.
Yes, it's a global variable for business objects and process for both. But you can't
Okay.
say it exactly as a global variable because whatever variable I am declaring on main page, and if I say that hide from other pages in the process, then again this variable is again a uh, global variable, but for this particular business object or particular business process. Okay. But when I create environment variable here, any process or any business object can use it. So you can say this environment variables are some configuration variables that you can use in any process or any process or a business object.
Okay. When you want to call this environment variable in the process flow, there you can see
Yeah.
only those process environment variables. When you want to call this object environment variable, there you can see only object related environment variables, or we can call cross.
No, actually they have given separately, but these both are same. If you check, okay. If I'm clicking on that, and so both are same. So you can create if you are creating even either in process or in object, you can use it in process any project or process or object. These both are same,
Oh,
no difference.
but I seen you created this variable in the process. It is reflected automatically in the object also.
Exactly.
Oh,
So both are same links. Okay. But what is the difference that uh, what things you have to provide here, which will get changed dynamically? Like if my input folder, if I'm using reading some Excel file and I'm using some input folder from my local path, and after development completion, I will just release this process and I will just use it on production environment, then all paths will get changed. Because maybe I'm using this file from the D drive from my local computer, and we don't have the D drive on production environment system. Okay, so it might get changed. Paths are again so that kind of variables you have to mention here. Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Come back to
So
Credential
one is
Manager.
yeah.
Is there any, I mean, like, is there anything like SSO related thing or LDAP related authentication? third party tool integration, is there anything?
No, I no. Actually, they are using just a simple credential manager. There is no anything like you can. Yeah, you have this kind of things here that access rights you can set. Otherwise, they don't have any other feature in credential manager. Even yeah, you can just set the credential as well. Uh, as you can see that in the credential manager, they have some other options. You can get or even you can set. So if I uh, suppose I have created a separate process to set the credentials. Okay. So and the credential are getting changed in every 15 to 20 days. Then I have to schedule that process according to that particular time. That in every 15 days I have to trigger that, or it will get some credential from somewhere and update that credential into credential manager. Okay. Okay.
Suppose Nitin, you and me are working in a single project. So I
Okay.
want to work on the same tool and you are also want to work on same. So how are you going to see that case?
No, actually, uh, in one time only one people can work on one object because it will get logged. If I am using this, you can see here in Studio, you can see a lock icon here because I am using order system process and order system BO. Okay. So at the same time, only one person can use a single business object. You can work any other business object and process.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So third one is we have a choice. As you can see here, choice stage. Okay. So this is simply like if you have used in .NET, we say we call it as a switch case. In what? Suppose if I am reading some value uh, from any element, and it can be anything like it can be fixed for 3 to 4 options. Like if I am selecting the color, okay, and there are 4 colors, then on which direction I have to move, I have to direct my flow according to that color, then I can use the switch choice stage. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to put all the options here as I'm taking 3 colors. Okay, and you have to give it a name like select color. I'm taking red. Blue. Okay, okay, and I'm creating a data item here that is color option, or we can say color text. Okay, so initialize. I'm passing initial value as red. So you can see that 4 connector is there for every color. or every option we will pass. Okay. And I have to put a conditions logic here. For that I will need to click here. Okay. So this is my expression. And I will say color equals to red. Click on validate. Okay. As you can see, I have passed red for red. I will copy it. So I have put condition for every choice. Okay. So when I get color red, then it should go to the first choice. Okay. When I get color blue, then it should go to the second, like that. Okay. And right now I'm just closing. Okay. So my first condition is red. I'm connecting to it. Second is this. And you can see the color choice options on arrow. So which arrow is connected to which option. Okay, so first of all, I'm passing here red. So it will go to red first time. Okay. And if I'm passing here pink, as you can see, it went to pink. So this is a choice stage. You can, whenever you are getting some kind of situation that you have to select the option and change your process flow according to this selection, you can use it. Choice stage. Okay. And the last thing is you can see that otherwise. So you have to connect it. So if my color is not matching from any of this, then it will go to this way. Suppose I pass purple. Yeah, it will go to that direction. Okay. Another option we have here is multi-calculation. Okay, so there are two stages you can see, the calculation and multi-calculation. So only one difference, that when we use this calculation stage, we can set only one variable. We can assign value to one variable. So I can pass a variable here and I can assign a value here. Okay, but if I want to set value for multiple variables, suppose I have three variables here. Okay, and I want to set all of three value. Then rather than using this calculation stage three times, I can use this multi calculation box, and here I need to provide the expression and we can store in the variable. Okay, so I am passing 3 and passing all three variables here, data 1, data 2, and I will assign value here. That means 1, 2, to connect it, click on right click and set a stage, next stage, as you can see here. Okay, hello. Hello.
Anything.
Yeah, is it okay? Yeah. One more thing is there, when you use any expression editor, you can see lot of functions they have given here. Okay. So we have some conversion functions. These are normal when we use in many coding languages. That if I want to change it to date, to number, to seconds, or to time. Okay. And I have data as again doesn't use it. Yeah, date. If you want to add number of days in any date, you can use this function. Add months, that difference. So I have date functions, conversion, data function. These are environment. Okay, so we can get like if I want to get text from the clipboard, then I can use that get clipboard. So whatever I will copy, I'll get the result in this. They have a lot of options here, that get OS version, get start time, username. Okay. And in file again, they have even we don't use it, load text file or load binary file. On logics, yeah, logics is again important when you are using the condition box, decision box. Then, and if you want to check see multiple conditions, then you can use the AND operator or else operator. Okay, so if you, and even you can pass it here. If I just want to select equals, if data1 equals, I want to pass equals 3. When I click on paste, you can see it's showing, it will get pasted here. Okay. And if I want to put end condition, I can do like that. This all are example are given here if you can see. Okay. Here greater than and greater than equal to. We need to check that this is the correct date format, then we can use it. If it is a true or false or any other things, is flag we can check. Is number, is text, this all are conditions, yeah, logics. Okay. And if I want to perform anything calculation on number, then we can use this operations. Multiply to pass two operands, power, round up, round down, divide, add, anything. Okay. And this is again important for text. Okay. So all our function are given here. If I want to change it to lower and upper, and I just want to check that some character is in a string or not. If I want to found the length of any particular string. Okay. Yeah. Trim is always used because whatever data you are getting, you always need to trim. You can use it like that. If I'm getting any, I just, it will remove the empty space from left and right. Okay. And everything you can try with evaluate expression. Suppose if I'm using it replace function. Okay. And I'm from data1, I want to replace A and with C. Okay, I'll just click on paste. My code is here. I can evaluate from here. So if I'm passing A, B, C, A, B, C, and click on test, yeah, it will give me C, B, C, B, B, C. So I have replaced A to C. So just try with this all functions. Okay. Yeah. And one more important thing is this. So suppose if you are working on other systems, two systems, and you are not connected with the database. Okay. So if you want to share or if you want to copy your object or any of the process to another computer, then we have some export function here. So you can export your process or your business object, and it will create a XML file, and you can copy this XML file to other system, and again you can import it. It's not showing me. Just let me. I click on export. So you can again export this particular page, or you can export whole process. So I will select this process, and I can provide a path here where I need to. I'm providing desktop, and here you can see that the save type is XML. So it will save my process in XML. I am giving a name here. Okay, save and finish. Okay, I'm just closing it. You can see here that I have exported this business object successfully as an XML file, and I can copy it to any other system. And to import this, I just need to go here in file option. We have import option. Click on import, choose the file, and this is my business object. Open. Okay, so click on next, and as you can see that because we have right now an order system view, so that's why it's giving me an error that a business object with the same internal ID and name already exists in the database. Okay, so if I want to change its name or if I want to override, then I can choose this option. Otherwise, okay, it's not allowing me. Okay, so this way you can import and export any process or any business object. And if you are connected with the same database, then there is no issue. Your all process and object, if you create in one system, it will reflect in another system. I'm just changing the BO name here. It's getting very slow, I think. Kind of stuff.
You're saying something with
Oh, no, actually, the system is just hanging down. Okay, so you got that. How can we import and export any business object or process?
yeah.
Okay. So is there any question in like we have seen that credential manager, and we have seen the choice stage. We have covered the environment variables and exporting business object and processes.
So I see like it's like a loop. I mean like for loop, right? I mean sorry, it's like a condition.
Yeah.
If I have a skill knowledge, it is like a where customer status is equal to completed or customer status is like in progress. We can add multiple conditions if customer fall in any place, so we can move into other process. Am I right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So suppose if we have created a 4 process, okay, then the first process is customer type is personal, okay, and second process is customer type is for non-personal, then we have to follow this process, and third one is customer type is wealth or something else, then we have to process run third number process, okay. So we have 3 process created, and now in the main process, what I need to do, I have to take decision that what process needs to be run next. Okay, so in that situation, we will just we can just put a choice stage, and according to that, we can follow our workflow. So suppose I, yeah. So suppose if I am getting here that non-personal, then I will run my process here that I need to run process for personal employee, personal customer. And if I am getting non-personal customer type, then I have to run this one, the second process. So there we can use this choice stage. So there is only a little bit difference in decision and choice. So if you have 2 options only, then you can use that decision box because it has 2 arrows that yes or no. So we can check here that customer type is personal. If it is yes, then we can move to this direction. And if it is no, then we can move to another direction. But if we have multiple options, then we can use choice stage. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, Nitin, yesterday in the work queue, you
Okay.
put one like, like status, something like orders and like one more item, something.
There are tags. Tags.
Uh,
Tags.
text,
Oh,
text, yeah, got it. So you did again like, export data into work queue from the collections. So there was some 2 times it was exported into the work queue, which means almost 26 records are there. I mean, is there any option like, since this is a repeated task, right? The file data might be changed keep on. So today 1,000 records are exported and bring into the application. So how are
okay.
you going to clean that process? I mean, work queue records.
Okay. Yeah. So again, we have option to delete there, as you can see in work queues. Okay. So if I have worked on, just let me show you. Okay. So here you can see that getting off. Yeah. You can see here action. It is delete processed items. Okay. So after working with hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So after working with all records, you can call this action and you have to provide queue name here. Okay. And again, you can provide the date. So, like if I want to delete data items so before 5 days or before 10 days, then you can provide the date time here. So it will delete all the processed items. Okay, but we don't recommend it because when you are working with a production environment, they want all the records of any time. So we never recommended that you delete any of the record because they get audit when they audit all the records that how much records they have processed successfully or not. So here we have an as you can see in settings, we have some archiving.
Mhm.
Okay, so we always use this to archive the data. Okay, uh, and you can click if you click on the switch to you can select both mode, switch to manual or switch to automatic. So when here you can set switch to automatic, and you can say the archive older than 6 months, or you can select daily, weekly, or yearly. Okay.
So all the objects will be archived or only work to
No, no, everything, everything.
process objects and business objects
Yes,
and
yes,
everything will be audited.
yeah, yes. It will be
So
shown here. Let's
you want
show.
to recall from archive to again back to place. There also we can do, right?
Uh, Here you have this option, but it's not showing properly. Otherwise, you can particularly select from here that which process you need to select, which data or which date particular. If you want to archive particular date-wise data, then you get populated everything here. Okay, I'll show you that it's not. I cannot see here right now. I'll let you know about it. Okay.
Which means it's not recommend to delete the records in the working. So we have to keep
Yes,
always
exactly.
open the records into work queue.
Yeah, and even you have to archive before of 3 months because in business they always check before past 3 months data. So they want according to their condition. Some companies check for 6 months data, some companies check for 3 months data. So according to that situation, you have to archive. Okay. 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 So in next two session we will see some one browser automation is remaining and how to use this process into control room. Okay, and how we again we will learn that about the packaging, then how to release the files and how can we use in then this all in production environment and how to deploy all the process. Okay, so these things are remaining. We will see in next two sessions.
I have one small doubt maybe. See in
Yeah.
the order Excel sheet, if you go and see, like there is a couple of characters in the number columns. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
So when the queue is going on,
Yeah.
application might throw the error saying that I mean the value is not valid,
Yeah.
which means that that might be not processed into the application.
Yes.
It will be
Uh,
it will be in the
exactly.
work queue as a in progress or erroring out something, etc. So
Yes,
that those
exactly.
record how to handle as the real time scenario.
Yes, that we will do when we will do the lab practice. And I have given these values intentionally to handling the exception to show you that how to handle the exception in real time.
Sure, Nitin. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So any other questions you have for this four things or any other previous things we have done? No questions. Okay. And you don't have even any questions regarding spying an element. Have you practiced on it? Because I think this is the toughest thing, that how to spy any element.
Yeah, we're practicing, but still we didn't check other options. I mean, the way you explained, we're just going as it is. So we need to check other options and come back to you.
Okay, so that's
I,
again a good thing that you try with some browser-based application. Okay, so don't use this order system anymore, and try with some browser-based automation. And I just show you that how can you start. Okay, just create a new business object.
within the project which you are working in, you said it's like a banking, the transactions, internal transactions, you said, right?
Right.
If any, I mean, any chance, can you show that not exactly your application? Is there any similar related to that application, and can you show what real time work you are doing as everyday basis? It might help for us to showcase in the interview way, or it might help in the doing real time.
Yeah, exactly. But you will never get that application, or you will never get that kind of application because that are really different. And all because even we cannot use it at our home, so I cannot explain you that. I cannot show you that how these applications are. Uh, I'll try my best that if I found some kind of software, I'll see, I'll check for it online, and if I'll get it, I'll definitely show you.
At least 1 or 2 days. I mean, at least one day we'll come, we'll gather together, and at least so can you show in your laptop directly rather than sharing the screen. It might be violence of company. It's not good to
Yes,
share
yes.
the screen. So at least if you can come to, I mean, Purushottam Institute, where I'll also come there and see your application,
Actually,
because
okay, I can do one thing that I can just click the photos of that application and I can share it with you because we are not we cannot access that application. But for your just for your knowledge that how to what kind of application we have to work with, then I can show you definitely.
yeah, since we have no, I mean, everybody has 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 years experience. So we are working very hardly learning from this Blue Prism RPA tool. So our intention is once we get into the projects, we should be capable to take all the challenges. So that is the reason
Right,
I
right,
am asking you.
right, right. I can understand that. Okay, so I have created. I'm showing you one example for browser automation. Okay. And it is always recommended that you work with IE only, not with Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, because it works with this browser, but it's not 100% sure. Okay. So in the same way, our first stage we need to create a blank object. Okay. And the second thing is we have to configure our application modular. Okay. So right now, as you can see that I have to create a new application modular. Okay. I'm clicking on next. And here I will select my browser based application. Okay. Next. And again, I can select as both. I will try with the browser that is launched from an executable file. Next. Here you can see that directly it is selected iExplorer. Or if the path is changed, then you can provide your next. And here you can see that some more things are here. Here you have to provide your URL. Just let me do one thing. I'm providing this URL. And even you can try with this form as well. Okay, just pass this URL. We'll see. Okay, and next. Java you can enable. This is also and finish. Okay, so my initial setup is ready. You can click on application modular. You can see this all setting here. When you click on browser automation, okay. This is my URL. This is my application path. This is my name and all setting. Okay. So I'm just close IE. Click on launch. It will open this Google Chrome page. Sorry, Google account, creating account page. Okay. I think you can face some challenge on this side. You have to find out some websites that are you can work with. Okay. Mm, it's giving some error. Okay, just try to remove it. I think we don't need it. Apply. Trying again. Okay. So click on identify, and now you can see that it's showing me HTML mode here, not Win32. If I click on alter to change mode, it will show me now Win32 as well. Okay, again I'll click on alter AA mode, and again region mode. Okay, so it's best to work if you are working with web browser application, then use HTML mode. So select this, click Control and left click. Okay. Yeah. So some things you have to remove always when you are working with a web browser. This is the parent URL because it is not static. Okay. And that thing you have to check because sometimes path gets changed and sometimes it's static. So you have to try 3 or 4 times to reload and check them again that it's highlighting or not. Okay. So it's better if you are finding without it, then just remove it. Okay. So that's fine. And click on apply. Okay. So you can work like this. So just try with any other form, or if you want to work with this same form, then just try to automate it. Take some 8 to 10 records in maintain in Excel file and try to create 10 Google account. Okay. Hello.
We'll try.
Yeah. Just try with this exercise. Then you will find some challenges and try to resolve it. Or then you can ask me. I think you will have a lot of questions for me.
Yeah, so we'll try this, and I have one idea, like anyway, every week we're going to fill time sheet, right? So it's we can do automatic. So I'll try
Yeah.
to do that also. Can you help me on that if I get any doubt or guidance from you?
Yeah. Sure. Definitely. Okay.
I'm trying to see any couple of documents from the Google, which I never find anything. Is there any forum which is related to Blue Prism?
Yeah. You can log, but again, you have you should have a partner account. Then only you can log into Blue Prism portal. So this is the portal.blueprism.com.
Yes, I have an
Here
account.
you will. Sorry.
I have an account.
Yeah. Then you can use it. Like you will find everything here. Lot of things to learn. Mm, Let me check. Okay. So in learning section, you will find lot of guides here. Okay. So you can just use them. There are a lot of advanced thing is there that how to use the VBOs and exception handling and very deep, and lot of things are there. In guides, in tutorials you have. This link is again important. Yeah, that how to create processes and lot of things are there. And in knowledge base, you if you are facing some challenge, then you can search for any query. This is a forum for Blue Prism. Okay, so you can search anything here if you are getting facing any challenge. Okay.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. So I think it's good for today. And
We'll
okay.
continue on
And
Monday.
yeah. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Nitin. Good night.
Bye.